Hi there, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're here for you. This is your Mars in Gemini reading. We're going to be taking a peek here at what this cycle in particular may be bringing up as a concept for you. Maybe I'm hearing as well for review. Interesting, I find that everything sort of takes place in cycles, in waves. And so, given Mars in Gemini, this might be touching upon energies that are related to a last cycle, a prior cycle of Mars Gemini. For those of you who have Mars in Gemini naturally, then this might prove as a pretty important period of time as you might feel it. Maybe, in some way something comes full circle as you might feel it. So that would depend on more, what area of life your Mars in Gemini does reside, what house placement, so on and so forth. But definitely very strong sort of epiphany energies we might feel at time to time when it is that the Mars returns to its natural birth space in the birth chart. Let's jump into it. Ooh, feeling some pressure on the throat chakra there. We've got the Death card coming through upright, the Two of Pentacles upright, the Ace of Cups upright. I'm seeing somebody feels like something is a viable option. I'm just hearing it in this way. Like, there's something that is an opportunity even with the Death card. And with the Death card, we see, Scorpio energy, we can say, we see Scorpio, but we also ultimately find that there is a turning point with the Death card, right? We see that there is something that we are turning towards even, and it's by way of turning away towards another space, right? Given that space of the determination factors, all we see with the Death card, the Scorpio archetype, where it's like, okay, it's a sort of, it's a point of tension even where we say, okay, by way of not and any longer I'm hearing associating with that area of life, I am now able to open myself to this other area of life. For a number of you, this is a turning point. I'm hearing that again. Two of Pentacles, just plain and simple, turning point. The Two of Pentacles upright and the Ace of Cups upright. There's something that you are so fucking determined, Pisces, to accomplish. This is you with the Ace of Cups and the Death card and the Two of Pentacles. This is your dream. I'm hearing this for a number of you. It's something that you realize, it is all about kind of your story. I'm hearing that as well, like how you see it, how you directly, how you direct it ultimately. And I want to obviously pull more cards. We're going to just end at the Death card with the Ace of Cups. I mean, Two of Pentacles, that's like, okay, that's like everything that we are dreaming of as well in our hand right there. And the question is, how do we open our palm open at the end of the day to offer it also to another? Interesting. Maybe this is a matter of collaboration. Four Cups coming through. Some of you, this is a focus on someone possibly from the past or some area of life where you're like, you come down to it, you're like, it's time to transmute this. You have the Four of Cups mirroring that Two of Pentacles. For a number of you, this could be somebody here coming back around the mountain who has something more to say. Not sure where you're going to be leading them forward, because I'm seeing that you're kind of not preoccupied any longer with what others are telling you of their story, as at least in relation to how you tell your own. You're not depending on the discussion that others hold with themselves. I think that's more really what it comes down to. I'm hearing with Leo, Libra. Interesting. There's something that you're letting go of. I will say that as well, Pisces. You're just letting it happen. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing I'm hearing the way, the way in which it does carry itself out, you're like, listen, like, whatever. I'm hearing that as well. Like, no judgment. I don't know what's coming through for everyone, but there is something that you feel, there is a spark, but it's not enough to, like, just create the whole sort of storyline for you, is what I'm hearing, Pisces. It's like, maybe you're at a point here a little bit where you realize, I don't want to play games. I'm hearing that as well. Wherever I felt sort of, like I've been waiting. I'm hearing no more. I'm hearing that with the Mother of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Cups upright and the Death card upright. We realize that there's an opportunity, and it's now, and it's how we step into it. So, this Death card energy, I want to pull more on that. I'm hearing, let's discuss it. It's so funny, right? Then the Father Source comes through. So for a number of you, look, I mean, you do have maybe even, the Devil in reverse, but Pisces, no. I'm feeling this, crazy little tingly thingy in my sacral chakra, the throat chakra, the little constriction there. There's something for a number of you with the Death card, Devil in reverse and the Death card upright. You're dealing either with two people, or you're dealing with a space where there is a really strong intensity, okay? And it can be an attraction. You realize where that takes you, where that leads you. It can also be the ego space. It's like, does that serve me? Does it serve me to look at this in that way? Does it lead me down a path where I feel like I'm actually evolving? I'm hearing the Devil in reverse. For a number of you, there's something that was not appropriate in the past, and you're really making that clear to yourself, at least in terms of where that relationship stands in your broader life. It's like, what does that sort of give importance to? Interesting. Like, in other words, what do my habits or who I associate with, what does that actually relate to in a broader scope, like in a more macro space? space? Does it actually even resonate with me? I'm hearing that with the Devil in reverse. You're asking these big questions, and I'm seeing you're answering these big questions, Pisces. With the Mother of Cups in reverse, it's funny because I'm seeing there is actually a sobering up here in relation to some space. It doesn't mean to like let go of the dream or whatever this is, the Two of Pentacles and the Death card and the Devil in reverse, and the Father's are bright, but it's just I'm not giving it the attention that I used to give it. Okay, I'm not letting it like make me feel like either I'm like wonderful or like I'm like rude. I'm hearing that as well. Like I'm not letting someone else's behavior define how it is that I do what I do. I'm hearing that with the Mother of Cups in reverse. For a number of you, what I'm seeing is that you actually went through a period where you have darkness right there. A period where, you know, you really kind of had an opportunity to see something real clearly, like, okay, like there was just some experience that was underwhelming, I'll say it in that way as well, where it's like, you know, you were really maybe looking towards a certain space and it was something you were really hopeful for, open-minded about, but it just didn't talk about the things that you wanted to talk about. It just didn't, like, possibly, and this could be, you know, some aspects of even a project that you are passionate about, but that just didn't manifest, like, it just didn't make sense. I'm hearing that as well, actually, with the Death card and the Father's Rose. Like, it just didn't, it was something dramatic. I'm hearing that as well. Like, it was not in a good way. Like, it wasn't like, you know, oh, wow, okay, I'm hearing that song, everything is wonderful now. I don't know. Let's clear it. It's like, for a number of you, you are kind of also reshaping the way that you see romance. I'm seeing that with the Death card upright. Like, yeah, oh, Pisces. Eight of Cups in reverse, knighting the Death card upright. Like, you don't need to deal with that. That's what I'm hearing as well. Like, and you realize at a certain point that you don't want to do dirty dishes. Yeah. You will wash dishes, but you won't be washing dirty dishes. I'm hearing that have been sitting there that belong to other people. Oh God, Eight of Cups in reverse. Like, I would rather throw the dish away than do the dishes of others. And also do them like, you know, for them. I'm hearing, like, actually interesting. I'm seeing that there's a distinction here between for now you're releasing karmic contracts that don't stand for you and that stand in your way. You're kind of like, okay, so if you're seeing it like this, this is what I'm seeing. You're like, if you're going to stand there, like, you can stand there. If you're, and if you're making it clear, you're like, is that where you want to stand? Because if that's where you want to stand, then you're in my way, and I will step to the side, because that, I got to keep going, you know? It's like, I'm going to make my way. I'm seeing you kind of driving around something on the road. It's like, that's it. I'm hearing that as well. Like, if you want to stay in that cycle, like, you know, that's what it is. I'm hearing that with the Devil in reverse and the Sun upright. Now, this can be with you as well, Pisces, where you're like, okay, like, I want to release a cycle. I'm really over this, like, and for a number of you, this is just a matter of having boundaries, healthy boundaries, and also understanding where certain experiences that are very, very troubling or and they can be emotions, whatever it is. It's not about, like, I destroy you, you know? It's about, like, okay, so I'm gonna, like, kind of compartmentalize that emotion, and I'm gonna have control over how it plays out in my world. I don't need to be triggered by that. I'm hearing those well with the Death card upright and the Mother of Cups in reverse. Let's continue. Five of Wands in reverse, leading you out. It's kind of interesting because, you know, Mother of Cups in reverse, she's motioning over to the Five of Wands in reverse. This is all about fire energy, very strong fire energy, the potential of it. You have the number 5 here, right, is associated with Leo. You have the Sun as well, with it, which is the ruler of Leo. This is a major arcana card. There is this quest, I'll say it in this way, for pleasure, and it's like nothing is going to get in the way of that any longer. You're identifying what it is that you want. You're identifying how you want to pursue it as well. And again, Pisces, like, whatever is silly and, like, kind of just magnetic, but, like, doesn't hold. I'm seeing, like something is like a magnet. It's like, it feels like, ooh, strong. And then it's like, once it clicks, it's like, it just kind of, like, falls apart. It's like, hee. It's like, you know, it's I don't know how to describe this really, Pisces, but it is, in this case, there is something that you love, but you realize maybe it's just not time as well. And it's like, well, maybe I will come back to that. But for now, I'm freaking not interested in that behavior. I'm hearing that as well with the Devil in reverse. Like, maybe this is even someone you're talking to, and you're just like, I need to just make it clear that that's not appropriate for me. Like, it's just immature at a certain point. Like, no, truly immature. And, like, I am not, let's clear the heart chakra. I'm not going to be the one to also mature you. I'm hearing that, like, how do we really say it without really, like, cutting the, I'm hearing cutting the jugular? I don't know what that's going to. I'm here on this contract. I'm here on this karmic contract. I'm here with the Devil in reverse. Like, so, oh, Sun of Wands, right? All right. All right, we're the Devil in reverse. Oh, okay, Pisces. Like, it gets silly. Like, no, it does, because you realize, like, kind of what you're dealing with. It's, or who you're dealing with. It could be, again, an aspect of your being. It's like, It could be something you thought you were attracted to, or you are attracted to, or this is just like you're, again, defining where that plays out in your world. And, you know, it may be something that is emotional or sentimental for a number of you. Maybe this is the energy as well. But if that's the case, somebody's very shy, extremely shy. Like, and they will not come forward for whatever reason, but the Father shows up right. Yeah. Diagonal of the Mother of Cups in reverse. This is intense. Like, it could be too intense, to be quite honest, with the Mother of Cups in reverse. And maybe these are two perspectives. It's like, on one hand, it makes me feel like they're not interested. Okay? It makes me feel like, it makes me question. And it could just be that pure curiosity that gets frustrating, even, we'll say. It's like, I'm tired of questioning. Like, what's going on? Like, Mother of Cups in reverse and the Father shows up right. Like, I don't want to play that game anymore, right? Of like, what's he talking about? What does it mean? What does he mean when he does that? What does he mean when he does this? You know, it's like, no. With the Mother of Cups in reverse, like, I'm done with that. So at a certain point, though, you maybe have this other side of the coin where of contemplation, at least, where you say, well, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not that I'm not understanding. Interesting. Maybe it's, you know, maybe it's that it is what it is, right? And when we trail that and we follow that down the road, right, we say, well, this behavior, in whatever capacity is expressed, is suggesting that somebody's not ready to express themselves in a certain way. So, be it immaturity, be it that they're not ready, be it whatever, they're not ready to be ready. Okay, we'll say it like that as well. If that is the case, then that's what it is, and that's okay too. Like, this is for a number of the Mother Cups. You're just making peace with where someone else is at, is what I'm hearing. And you're not letting it get to you. You're not letting it turn into a really big ass fly in the room that keeps buzzing around like I'm seeing someone's like, they're getting triggered by like a fly. Like, you think you're acrobatic? Like, you know, you're like flying around me and he's like, oh, it's like the acrobatic fly. Like, he's so annoying, but like, he's good at what he does. Like, let's clear it. Like, no, like, follow Mother Cups in reverse. I don't need to follow the fly as well around the room. Like, I don't need to get triggered like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing someone's like, they're trying to annoy the fly back. It's like kind of funny. Pisces. It's like, yeah, no. It's like, who do you think you are? Like, running after the fly in the room. Like, okay, you're not, yeah, no, look at this. The Mother Comes in reverse. Like, no, but at a certain point, it was like, that's embarrassing. I don't need to do that. I don't need to act like that, behave like that. I don't need people on my back for that. I'm hearing as well. Maybe it's something karmic. You're like, I'm trying to fight his demons. It's like, no, I'm not doing any fighting for anyone, and I'm not doing anyone's dirty dishes. I'm hearing that, again, with the Two of Pentacles upright and the Four of Cups upright. For a number, there's something, it is maybe a misunderstanding. Maybe somebody feels like, I think maybe we misunderstood each other in the last lifetime, and it's interrupting our current timeline of talking the way we talk. Now we talk through the lens of what happened in the last lifetime. I'm hearing this for a number of you. Like, this is someone maybe even with a medium. They're like, help me, Charlotte. What's his web doing in the middle of the world? I'm hearing the World Wide Web. I mean, it's like, what? Hold on. This is like confusing. There's a confusion within a confusion. It's a Russian doll exorcism. I'm hearing as well that needs to be done. What in the frick? Mother of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. Somebody's like, they're wondering, let's clear it. They're like, why is he confused? I'm hearing that as well. I'm seeing somebody who's confused about why someone else is confused. It's like, then they step away. They're like, that's not my business. I don't need to figure out why he's on his path. I'm hearing that as well. In the way that he is. Let's clear it. On the timeline that he's on. You know, it's like, I don't need to make that my time. Okay? If he's in another time zone, it's really like this. That person's in another time zone. They're telling time by way of the time zone. You are in another time zone, and you're telling time based on your own timeline. You're like, I don't need to read my time and translate it. You know, let's say you're in London, and you're talking to in France. I'm hearing it this way. I don't know. This is the same timeline. They're both Europe, right? Well, they were, I guess, but at a certain point, but. You know, and then it's like, I'm seeing you're like, you tell time by way of London time, and then you meet someone who's, they're telling France by way of France time. It's like, well, it's 2 o'clock here, well, it's 5 o'clock here, you know, whatever it is. And it's like, I'm seeing someone at a certain point, they were doing math, crazy math. They were like, I gotta tell my time based on his time. It's like, no, fuck no. I'm hearing, you freaking fuck no, do not need to do that. Pisces. I'm hearing Scorpio so strongly. You're like, he doesn't rule my life. I'm hearing, he doesn't tell me also my religion. Wow, interesting. Let's clear it. Oh, yeah, no. You're like, I don't need to be told who I am based on someone else's prescription. I'm hearing that as well. Like, this is for a number of you, someone who possibly, to say that you were triggered is an understatement, but to say that, you know, there was something here that was like, it's a matter of convention, traditionalism. Maybe this is something historic, or even something, I'm hearing Kaushik with the death card, like something very ancient, like it's like maybe something you didn't even realize, it was like a pre-programming. You're like, yeah, no, like I basically let him detect my issues and solve them for me as well. Like, oh, tell me, doctor, what's wrong? Like, I don't know, take it as you will. Like, maybe someone's just, they really invested in a certain space as well. They really maybe they respected someone. They had a lot of passion for someone, but the role that they gave that person was really, really, like, more like for the real Romeo. I'm hearing that, like, real Romeo. Like, how do we describe this? This is someone who's treating someone like a god. Was it like a king? Like, oh my god, you're like a king. But, like, their behavior is not like a king. Their behavior is not like a prince even, was it? Maybe it's not even up to par with the frog, okay? Like, on the little lily pad, you know, floating around the castle. Like, I don't know what that's alluding to, but for a number of you, the Death card and the Mother of Cups in reverse, there was something here that was very childish as well. We'll say that. Like, this is somebody who's maybe they got a manipulative streak, possibly. They know how to work with their little manipulation wand. I'm hearing that as well, okay? Their wand of manipulation. That doesn't mean that they're a king or whoever or whatever, okay? It just means that they have some kind of task that they feel they need to accomplish, and it happens to be manipulation. So, what a shame. But anyways, let's clear it. But no judgment, okay? There are so-called, you know, dark forces that are feeding so-called the light, right? I'm hearing it in that way. I don't know what that's only for everybody, and thus I'm not saying, anything here, but take it as you will. Let's clear the energy on the left side of the body. Now, it's up to you to interpret whatever, however you interpret whatever, but with the Death card upright, gee, thanks. It's up to you to interpret whatever as whatever, in whatever way is whatever. Alright, Sag Moon moment. Mother of Wands, leading you out. Okay, no, somebody's like, I'm not gonna spoon feed. I'm hearing that as well. Like, at a certain point, someone had a realization, Hangman coming through over the Hierophant. Someone maybe even realized, oh, he's shy. Like, it can also be in this way. Maybe they manipulate themselves. And, you know, I'm hearing, where's the beef? I'm hearing that with the Death card. Where's the honey in the pot? Like, they realize someone's character, they realize a certain behavioral pattern, and they just, like, were realizing at that point even further, I don't want a part of that. I'm hearing that with the Hangman and the Hierophant and the Death card. This could also be an aspect of their, you know, but I'm hearing religion here, interesting. Maybe it's something someone they saw in someone's persona. They were like, that's just so unattractive. Like, if someone is also telling me what I need to be and what I need to do and what's right and what's wrong, like, that's something that I don't want a rope to hold on to. I'm saying someone's walking around a room, they're like a sales rep. They're like, anybody want to hold on to this rope? It's like, fuck no. I don't want to hold on to a rope. I don't want you to rope me into that. I'm hearing that as well. Karmic contract. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing number 445. I don't know what that's only with the high priestess, but it's funny because one lesser than that is 444. So be that, you know, okay, a focus for a number of you with something here. But the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now, for a number of you, somebody realizes somebody is in love, but they're not going to do the things that they feel this other person needs to do to show their love, if that makes sense, okay? They're not gonna come forward and, like, pull the word as well out of this person's mouth, okay? Like, there is a lot of growth here that needs to be taken place with the Death card upright, and this can speak on energy from the past, I'll say that as well. There's a lot of growth here that needs to take place with the Death card, but it's not, you know, it's at the right time and place. I'm hearing that as well. The High Priestess, like, it's, yeah, the High Priestess is eyeballing the Hangman. Like, these are both Pisces cards. Like, somebody is not at a point where they're gonna make up something also on their own homework to be able to do this other person's homework for them, and really, like, kind of show up late for their class that they need to be showing up for, if you know what I mean, with the Death card upright. Like, I'm not gonna be erasing his name and, like, writing over it and then, you know, doing his test for him. I'm hearing that, let's clear it. Like, it's like somebody, like, asked somebody, do you have a ruler? I don't know what that's legit about. Interesting. Now, I'm hearing Baal, B-A-L. Baal? Baal? I don't know. Death card here with a Hierophant and the Hangman. It could be a metaphor, it could be on an energetic level, but yeah, with the Death card looking back, they're at a point where they realize, you know, this is just gonna, like, it's just not proper training, right? Even, like, to just keep giving the dog treats, like, all of the treats that the dog wants, give him all the treats, like, you know, no. Like, he has to have a break from those as well. I'm here at a certain point in time, like, that's just not healthy. Like, maybe this is even somebody who feels like someone is kind of obsessive or something. Like, they want all of the sticky money for themselves. I have no idea what that's alluding to, but, like, yeah, no. There's something that makes it a lot clear here. We'll say it in that way. Okay, now the full leading out. Now, let's clear it. Yeah, a lot clear here. There is someone possibly who feels that there is an opportunity, okay, and maybe they're worried. They're like, is it lost? I'm hearing that with the Fool and the Death card. For a number of you, there is something that it's an action though, or a behavior that makes, maybe this is the subconscious psyche of this person, and it just becomes clear. And I'm not saying that necessarily Pisces or whoever will not be interested in this person when they see their so-called shadow or dark side or whatever, but, or whatever you want to call it, or however one perceives it, may perceive it, but yeah, however one may perceive it, but there is a focus on something that makes clear where maybe, you know, someone else wants to stand in this space. So anyways, now with the Fool leading you out, there's something that we're excited for. We realize that it's a trip. We want to take it. Hey, I would love for you to come along. But if you're too caught up in the last lifetime, like, you know, so let it be. And this can even be something that is an opportunity, maybe actually for travel or some physical experience that somebody wants to have. It is frustrating. It is kind of annoying, but it's not like, you know, I'm hearing for lovers only. I don't know what that's alluding to. Like, somebody doesn't want to put an ultimatum. Like, it's funny, I'm seeing Shrek and Fiona, they walk into like a little home. It's like a little hut, and they put a little sign on the door. It says, for lovers only. I don't know, like, maybe someone here has an expectation, like Fiona, like, has an expectation. Okay, has a standard, we'll even say. But she's not going to force it upon Shrek, right? She's not going to be like, okay, like, that's it, let's clear it. Son of Wands, right? Like, someone wants to remain even open-minded with how things can, you know, manifest online. Yeah, they want to remain open to how it may evolve down the line. For a number of you, this might be something that feels like a big deal, though. It's like, we have big questions we got to answer here. And again, this could be someone with themselves and their own subconscious psyche. They're kind of concerned. They're like, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Like, it feels kind of rude if I just don't respond at all. But then I don't want her to, like, you know, really kind of, like, you know, realize that I am like, you know, Romeo yet. Like, someone's like romantic, but they don't want someone to like realize that yet. Like, this is weird. I don't know what, as a Pisces at least. Sun sign Pisces, Mercury in Pisces, Moon in Sagittarius. Okay. In the house of Aries. My Venus in Aries. It's just getting more and more. Aries. Ooh. Yeah, Venus and Aries are saying in the house of Leo/Virgo. And my Mars is actually in Gemini. It is in the 8th house of Scorpio. So listen, I like love. You got a problem? Okay. No, but like, okay, like, you know, like, I cannot understand that personally. It's hard for me to understand. Like, oh, I'm romantic, but I'm not gonna be romantic yet. Like, I'm gonna hide my romantic marbles. I'm only gonna show you the ones that are like more like on the meaner side, like mean marbles here that we're doing it. You know, I'm hearing up and out at show and tell, like up in show and tell class. I don't know, land. I'm hearing, for a number of you, something just was like actually not relatable. I'm hearing that as well with the Death card, right? Like, maybe this is a behavioral trait. You're like, okay, the first time he like wrote on my notebook paper in like a rude way was like, okay, rude awakening for me, number one. The second time, it was like, okay, no, like, I don't actually find that romantic. Like, if you're gonna be rude to me, like, all the time like that, you know what I'm saying? 3 of Pentacles. Maybe someone feels dismissed. They're like, yeah, he's not really showing up. But here we go. For a number of you, someone is transforming. Oh yeah, you got the Father Cups as well. There's someone here who sees a major pot of gold here. They got a lot of potential as they feel it, maybe in this space even, but it's ironic because it's like Romeo who recognizes Juliet, freaking Juliet, but doesn't actually call her out by that name. Okay, it's like, what? I'm hearing you're gonna treat me like I'm literally not Juliet right now, and you're gonna write Romeo in like some other language that you think I don't understand. Interesting. Wow. Someone's hiding something from somebody. They're like, I'm Romeo, but like she can't figure it out yet. Like, what the fuck again? Like, what? Why? I'm hearing why. It's even like somebody who orgasms. I don't know. I'm just hearing this way. But they want to, like, cover it up. It's like, I didn't orgasm. It's like, what the hell? Are you embarrassed? I'm hearing that. Son of Cups. I don't know. It's something someone wants to, like, maybe someone else is talking to someone else about this. I'm hearing, yeah, like, is he self-conscious or something like this? somebody is actually, maybe it's something with cleanliness. I don't know. This is not me talking. An orgasm has nothing to do with cleanliness, I guess, right? But it's like, someone is just like, yeah, no, I'm not saying that. Okay, just to clarify, I'm channeling here. But with the Father Swords, let's clear it. With the Father Swords, this is not me talking, you guys. But someone is just like, maybe they got a lot of Virgo in the chart. I'm hearing that the Father Swords, they're all like, I didn't have an orgasm. I mean, like, I don't know what that is all about. I'm seeing someone else is looking at them like, okay, like, you can calm down. Maybe it's a metaphor. I'm hearing we both cut the pie together. Like, why are you embarrassed? But for a large number of you, no, this is on an emotional level. Someone is not willing, also I'm hearing, to commit, maybe to the emotional reality that is. It's like, excuse me, you're literally, like, showing up for love, but, like, you're not acknowledging your fucking luggage that came along with you here. It's tagged, it's got your name, it says, to the land of love. Like, I love her. Ace of Swords in reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse. Let's clear it. Something is incongruent. This is for a number of you. It's like somebody traveled even, well, how do we say this? They're given mixed messages, okay? I'm hearing magazines, like, okay, someone travels to see someone, they have a bag full of magazines. They're like, here's all of my stuff for when I'm on break. It's like, okay. What? Like, they're trying to act like, I don't know. They're like acting like they're not excited or something. They're like, yeah, so this is when I need to take a break from you and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay. Are you acting like I'm, like, the fucking donkey in Shrek right now? Like, I'm hearing Igor as well. Like, why are you acting like I'm a sidekick to you? I'm hearing in your story, like, you're literally putting me on the sideline of, like, your fender bender situation as well, and you're saying, she's fine, though, she's okay. Like, what? No. I'm hearing, excuse me, I'm in love. Somebody, like, pulls a curtain to the side. They're like, heck no. I am in love with you. I'm hearing, hocus pocus mannerisms are not allowed in the home at this time. Someone is like, no, they're like, this is not acceptable. Acting like you're not into me, but showing up. Woo, let's clear in the road chakra Pisces. Please, like, no, I mean, yeah, Father Swords are bright. It's like, someone's like, they want to literally tell someone, like, you're not going to bring all these bags of sand with you and say, literally, that this is not your life as well, that you want to spend with me. It's like somebody's like, I want to spend my life with you, but they put a little disclaimer in there. They put a little asterisk thingy next to my life, and it's like, it's kind of my life, but, like, it's also, like, you know, it's not really my movie, but, you know, I'm in the scene. Like, fuck that whole little fable story that you got going on with the Emperor upright. It's like, I'm hearing you either go for it. I'm hearing own it, or I'm hearing, I'm hearing a song by Ed Sheeran, Give It Up. It's like, so give it up to me, something like this. Give it up, so kiss me like you wanna be loved, something like that. No, somebody's like, someone's like, can you take your shirt off? This person, maybe somebody's shy to get physical. No judgment, you know. But there's just somebody wants to tweak a little part of the fairy tale thing. It's weird. But somebody else is like, I'm seeing, it's so weird, you guys. I'm seeing Shrek and Fiona. They're in the movie Shrek or whatever. They're in the plotline, the storyline. And, like, Shrek wants to, like, edit the scene a little bit. And, like, Fiona is like, fucking Shrek, put your pencil down. It's not even a pen. See, you're not even committing to the indirect behavior. Like, you're either sometimes direct, sometimes not direct, and it's literally inconsistent, and I just want to bring it to your attention. Like, it's not like you're for sure being like, no, we're not romantic with each other. It's like, you're sometimes romantic, and then sometimes you want to go back and change your mind and be rude. It's like, make your decision clear. You're like, in this way. Someone's calling someone out. No. They're calling, just plain and simple, they're calling their behavior out. With the Father Swords of Right and the Death card of Right. With the Emperor of Right as well. They're kind of like shining a flashlight on this person. Yeah, I don't know what that song is by Ed Sheeran, but is it Give Me Love? I don't think so. So kiss me like you wanna be loved. Like you wanna be loved. Something like that. Da, 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 da. Kiss me like you wanna be loved. Okay. Kind of remixing little Sheeran there, songs here and there. Okay, you guys, there's something, no, like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Pisces. You got a date here. Someone's on a date. This is for a number of you. Someone's got some date here that's just like, it's, you're in the middle of the day and you feel like either that person feels goofy and you can feel their goofiness that they feel about themselves, or, okay, they're just actually really like being goofy, and not in a way where they actually even maybe see it. It's like, I'm purposely kind of acting indirect, and it's like, kind of because I'm not consciously addressing what I actually really want to say. Interesting. Someone's running away from their emotions, and like, these are two people sitting at a table as well, a dinner table. Somebody puts their fork down. They're like, I'm not Felicia, okay? Like, you don't just say like hi and bye and then hi again and then bye again and then who's that over there? Like, don't try to make it seem like it's all distracted. I'm hearing that as well. So let's jump into your excited Pisces. We're going to see what this is kind of hashing out into the Mars in Cancer around 23rd, 24th of April. Yeah, let's clear out one note. I'm hearing Aquarius does not love, let's clear it. The lines in that movie, I don't know what that's alluding to in the script. Someone is like kind of involved, maybe. This is like, this, as I'm hearing it, is like what someone would say in the middle of the dream. Like when there's dreaming and like all of a sudden they like wake up, but they don't really wake up. They're dream talking kind of. They're like, but they jump up and they're awake and they say something. Julius Caesar is not approving of the marriage. I don't know what that's alluding to, but you know kind of know what I'm saying? It's like something like random, and like the person sleeping next to you is just like, I'm sorry, Sam. I don't register what you just said at all, actually. Actually, I think I really don't want to understand what you're trying. What are you saying? Like, yeah, no, I don't need to know. I don't want to get involved even. Like, somebody's like, I'm seeing someone, they hear what someone says when they're sleep talking, they're just like turned off. Let's clear it. They're like, oh God, no. They like, maybe even like, they break up with this person over like what they said when they were sleep talking. I don't know what that's only to, but it could be a metaphor. Now, with the Two of Cups leading you out, it's something here with the Father of Swords. Like, this is something that someone maybe even kind of, yeah, it's indirect. It's not it may be something unexpected. It's like they kind of bring something out. Maybe it's a side of their character. Maybe someone's really jealous as well or something, and like someone's like, I don't want to have anything to do with that. Okay, you have like way too much jam on your jelly as well with your butter right now. Like, you realize like how much you left for me. Like, ew, I'm hearing that. This is very selfish behavior. I'm hearing that as well with the Death card and the Father of Swords. Like, you jammed your fork as well into the salad, like, before I could even take, like, a little fry, like, from the last plate. Like, let's clear it. Like, I don't know what with the Death card and the Father of Swords, but, like, somebody's on a date, and, like, this dude won't stop also talking about himself. I'm hearing that with the Father of Swords and the Death card, and, like, he's just literally sitting there, like, it's something on a daily repetitive thing, though. It's, like, constant. Like, this is just, like, a thing, like, for them, maybe. Like, they just they straight up go straight into their own day, and they start talking about themselves, and it's just, like, yeah, no, I'm hearing, hey, darling, I know you got pride, but, like, you need to, like, just maybe call another person up. I'm not here to just listen to, like, all of your shark teeth stories. I'm hearing that as well. This was like, so I got this shark tooth over here, I got that shark tooth over there, and this is the history of that. It's like, okay. And now this could be something historical, where it's like, it's something karmic even. It's like someone's bringing history up. It could be family history. It's like, this is not relevant to me right now with the Eight of Cups, and this is somebody who feels like they need to put an end to a certain cycle as well. Thank you, Pisces, for tuning in. Link in the bio box below. I'll see you there. And thank you guys again for tuning in to you.